So, lesson 6, solving investment portfolio problems. You got your textbooks mixed up? Or that's Colin's book there? Oh, okay. There you go, Colin. Your book is at the front of the room, apparently. Thank goodness. Solving portfolio problems. Really what we're talking about is what kind of stuff might you see someday if you start to be careful with your finances. Going to be some vocabulary. Just going to be some very complicated questions in that, Brooke. We just want to be really organized and make sure we really understand. So, it says the goal of this lesson is to analyze, compare, and design investment portfolios that meet specific financial goals. And a portfolio is one or more investment held by an individual investor or by a financial organization. Example 1. Now, I've just noticed I did a little answer key, but for some reason I didn't do an answer key for example 1, so we may be winging example 1 a bit more than I'd like, but let's read here carefully. It says, also I'm looking, I may not have left, I don't know if I left enough room, we'll see. It says, Phyllis started to build an investment portfolio for her retirement. All right. She purchased a $500 Canada Savings Bond. Abbreviation for Canada Savings Bond is CSB. At the end of each year for 10 years. So I think it looks like she's paying $500 in every year. Yes? For 10 years. The first 5 CSBs, okay, earned a fixed rate of 4.2% compounded annually. The next 5 CSBs earned a fixed rate of 4.6% compounded annually. Jake, I think we're going to have to do the first 5 years, write down the answer, write down the information, and then we'll do the next 5 years at a different rate, write down that new information. Is that okay so far? Says, 3 years ago, she also purchased a $4,000 GIC. Okay. That earned 6% guaranteed investment certificate. GIC was guaranteed investment certificate. That earned 6% compounded monthly. That's going to be important. Okay, what's the value of Phyllis's portfolio 10 years after she started to invest? And then B says she found a savings account that earned 4.9% compounded semi-annually. She redeemed her portfolio, cashed everything in because interest rates went up, and then she invested all that money in the savings account. About how long will it take for her to double her money? Okay. Let's see here. I think if I was going to be organized, I would go something like this. First 5 years. And then over here, we'll do next 5 years. And I'll use my chart feature so you can read my writing a little bit. And we're going to go to our graphing calculators. So the first thing we want is N. And the next thing we want is I%. Yep. And the next thing we want is PV, the next one. And then it's payment and FV. And then I think it's payments per year. And then it's compound periods per year. Is that right? All right, let's fill this in. You got your calculators handy, you're in the right menu. What's N? Let's see. It's 5 years, and it looks like in the first chunk it's compound, or it's annually. Is that right? So I think N, just plain old 5. Interest rate for the first 5 years was 4.2. She starts out with nothing. What's her payment? $500 a year? Final value, I'll put a question mark, but I'll fill that in after we get an answer. Payments per year, 1. And compound periods per year, 1. Let's go use the technology. So, 4.2, 0, 500, don't know, 1, 1. What do we want to find here, Rach? Okay, which is going to be F5. Ditch the negative, because it's assuming a loan. Looks like $2,719.01. $2,719.01. Is that what it was? There you go. I'll even bold font it and underline so it looks like a proper answer. Then the terms of her investment change. So we're still going to have N equals, we're still going to have I percent equals, we're still going to have PV equals, and again, you're doing a little chart as well. You don't have to do a lined chart. Rachel, my writing is so atrocious, anytime I can type, I'll use an excuse to, but as long as you're listing all your data, I'm perfectly good with that. Payment equals, final value equals, payments per year equals, compound periods per year equals, I still got room? Good, because I'm going to need it. It's 5 years. In the second chunk, how is it? Oh, it's also compounded annually, I see right there. So N is just going to be 5. What's the new interest rate? 4.6? Careful. What's her present value now? Not 0. $2,719.01. Right? Payment, still $500. Final value, don't know. Still 1, still 1. F1 is repeat, right? 5 years, 4.6, $2,719.01. Payment is $500. Put a temporary 0 there. 1, 1. And I want final value again. And I'm getting $6,145.45. And let me just double check. Pause for 1 second. Okay, we're back. I think the textbook is using a spreadsheet, but I'm not convinced they're doing it correctly. So I'm going to go with this here, $6,145.45. So was that a part A? Final value of the, what was this, CSB? Equals, what did we say? 6,6145.45. 6145.45. You guys back? Psst, we're back. Okay. That's the first part of her investment. So that's where it says she purchased a $500 Canada Savings Bond, but there's a second bullet here as well. It also says that 3 years ago, she purchased a $4,000 GIC that earns 6% compounded monthly. So, I'm going to run out of room here, Mr. Dueck. Let's repeat this for the final 3 years. So, for 3 years, don't know if I'm going to be able to fit this in. I'm going to have to handwrite this and make it smaller. compounded monthly for 3 years. N is going to be 36. The interest rate as a percent is 6%. Is that right? Present value, $4,000. Looks like what she started out with. She's investing $4,000. Payment, it doesn't look like she's doing any kind of a payment. Final value is what they're asking us to find. Payments per year, 1. Compound periods per year, monthly, 12. We probably just could have used the, in fact, we probably could have just gone A equals P bracket 1 plus little I to the n. Since there's no payments, let's see if we get the same answer. Let's try a graphing calculator first. Repeat, go to the very, very top. N is 36, 6%, $4,000, no payment. Final value, I don't know. Payments per year, we're going to say 1 because it won't let us put a 0 there. Compound periods per year, 12. Says the final value is going to be 34. That seems way too high. Let's try it the long way, Mr. Dueck. Pardon me? It is a high interest rate, I'll grant you that. If I do it the long way, it's going to be a principal of 4,000 bracket 1 plus 0.06 divided by 12 close bracket to the power of 36. Yeah, that makes way more sense to me. $4,786.72. Did I type something wrong in the other one there? I'll go look at the other one in a second, but this is what I'm going to go with. Since there's no payments, I don't need to use my fancy schmancy graphing calculator features. I can just go 4,000, 1 plus 0.06 divided by 12 to the 36, and I get $4,786.72. $4,786.72. So the total value, $6,145.45 plus $4,786.72. Plus 6145.45. It looks like she's going to end up with $10,932.17. $10,932.17. There was a part B to this question, but I don't think I can fit it in. Part B would be about how long would it take to double her money. Well, 72 divided by 4 this is the rule of 72. So it says about how long will it take to double her money. 72 divided by 4.9% interest. It would take around 14.7, 15 years to double her money, but we're not going to write that down. I'm not too happy with that question because I got a different answer from the textbook. I'm a little bit higher than the textbook. Let's try this next one. Example 2. We seem to have a sailboat goal here because John, again, wants to own a laser sailboat in 6 years. It's a brand. Yeah. Very common brand. The cost of a new one is $9,660. John has $2,500 and can save $50 a month from his part-time job. So he's already got $2,500. Is that a hand up or a stretch? Okay, that's okay. Rachel, my angel, how much is a new sailboat? I know I caught you zoning out. And Brooke, how much is a new sailboat?
9,660.
How much does he already have?
2,500.
So how much is he going to need to save up? Subtract the two. Okay? So he needs 9,660, take away 2,500. How much does he need to save? $7,160. Part A says, what recommendations for a portfolio of two different investments would you make? Based on available investments and interest rates. They haven't given us much information here. So let's suppose we did some research. Suppose we found the following. A GIC at 5.1% compounded semi-annually. What if he purchases a $2,500 GIC? Sorry I didn't include this in the question. He's got yep.
I was just wondering, could you minus like the 9,660 by the 2,500?
Yeah.
Could you just put the final value as 9,660 and then the PV as 2,500?
Well, I'm looking at the way they want me to solve this question. They want me to break this up into two chunks. Here's what they're suggesting. Okay. He's going to purchase a $2,500 GIC, guaranteed investment certificate, but those you purchase you can't make payments on. So he's also going to take that $50 a month and invest it in a different plan under different terms.
Okay.
It's a more complicated question. Yes, if we were just doing one single investment, yeah, totally. Okay? So suppose he does this with the GIC. What can he earn? Well, N equals, it's semi-annually, and he wants the sailboat in 6 years, so N is 12. I is 5.1. Our present value we're starting out with is $2,500. He's not going to make any payments. We want to know how much he'll have there. Payments per year, we have to put a 1 there. Compound periods per year, it's semi-annually, so we're going to put a 2 there. Okay, I'm noticing actually we have to put a, this is probably the issue. It looks like we have to put a 2 in for payments per year. Payments per year and compound periods per year, it looks like on your calculator we want those to be the same, because you're getting the money when it's compounded. Okay, that kind of makes sense to me. I'm not a big fan of that, but I'll live with it. Let's go to my graphing calculator. N is 12, 5.1, 2,500, no payment. Final value, don't know, twice a year, twice a year. And I want the final value. Now that'll get him $3,381.96. We could have used A equals P bracket 1 plus little r to the N as well. $3,381.96, 3381.96. 3381.96. So right now he can raise some of that $7,160 that he needs by taking his savings and putting that into a little GIC. But remember, Jordan, it also says that he figures he can save $50 a month and he can put that aside. So what do we have for him here? Well, we have something.
Mr. Dueck, is it 92 or 96?
Is it 92 or 96?
For your answer, like just the last question.
Just the last question.
Value.
96 cents. Thank you. Candy for you later. I made a mistake. So he has $50 a month. He can invest $50 per month into a high interest savings. What would a good abbreviation be for a high interest savings account? Okay, they're called a HISA. It's a high interest savings account at 4.3% compounded monthly. Okay. So how much can he earn doing this? So again, we have n equals, it was 6 years compounded monthly, so it's going to be, I think, a 72 there. The interest rate as a percent is 4.3. The present value is, well, he's starting out with 0. But he's putting in a payment of $50 every month. The final value equals don't know. But the payments per year is 12, and the compound periods per year is 12. How much will this get him? Can you run these numbers on your calculator, please? How much will he have in his savings account at the end of 6 years? So, 3381.96 plus 4098.73 equals how much? Oh, I didn't realize my software would do the math automatically. I just learned something new. Now, that amount there, that includes that $2,500. So he hasn't got enough. He's going to be short based on this. He is going to be $9,600, take away $7,480.69. He's going to be short that much. Is that okay? Then this question here, I pulled this right from the textbook as an example, and I didn't realize they didn't give you this investment information in the question. Looking at their answer, they're saying, oh, you're supposed to do online research and find some numbers. I'm not going to give you a question like that. But it was good practice to actually get, again, familiar with our calculators. I'm not a big fan of this question here. Part C says, suggest a solution for John. He needs to save more each month, like 30 or 40 bucks more. 50 bucks a month isn't going to do it. Let's turn the page over. This one here, I think, looks like we have a bit more information. By the way, just a reminder, The rate of return is how much interest you earn divided by how much money you put in times 100%. So you might say, I started out with $10,000, I finished with $14,000, I gained $4,000 in interest. Your rate of return would be 4,000 divided by 10,000. You'd have a 40% rate of return, which would be pretty good. All right, let's buy a house. Jason and Malik are each hoping to buy a house in 10 years. Check. They want their money to grow so they can make a substantial down payment. Very few people buy a house for cash, but what you do is you put a cash down payment, then you take out a mortgage on the rest. A mortgage is a fancy term for a loan where you have something as collateral like a house. So Jason's portfolio includes the following: a 10-year, $2,000 GIC that earns 4.2% compounded semi-annually, a savings account that earns 1.8% compounded weekly where he saves $55 every week, and a 5-year $4,000 bond that earns 3.9% compounded quarterly, which he will reinvest in another bond at an interest rate of 4.1%. Okay. I think we're going to be doing some, like, 3 calculations for Jason. Actually, I think we'll end up doing 4 because it looks like that third one has a 2-parter. Malik's portfolio is a tax-free savings account, TFSA, that earns 2.2% compounded monthly and has a current balance of $5,600. The purchase each year of a 10-year $500 Canada savings bond that earns 3.6% compounded annually, and a savings account that earns 1.6% compounded monthly where she saves $200. Hey, in 10 years, who's going to have more money for a down payment? Who's going to have the greater rate of return on investment, actually, is what this question is asking us to find. Okay. Justin, are there 2 people?
Yeah.
Let's draw a line down the middle of our page. Did I give you room for... Oh, I did give you room for Jason and Malik. I take that back. I was thinking cleverly. Let's not draw a line down the middle of our page. Let's go with Jason. Okay? So for Jason, the first thing we have is the GIC. Is he making any payments into the GIC? Any monthly payments or any yearly payments or anything like that? No? And you know what? I think for the GIC, I think we can just go A equals P bracket 1 plus little I to the N. Why can we do that, Caitlin? No payments. I think we can fall back on our standard compound interest formula. I think we can go A equals, what's the principal here? In the GIC, what's the principal? 2,000. 1 plus 0.042 divided by 2 because it's semi-annually to the 20. How much will we get from the GIC? 2,000 bracket 1 plus 0.042 divided by 2 close bracket to the power of 20. 30, 30, 71? The second thing it says is a savings account. We've done that guy, check. Second thing is a savings account that earns 1.8% compounded weekly, where he saves $55 every week. Okay, now we're making a payment. Now we're going to use our graphing calculator. So there's our GIC. Let's do our savings account right here. Nope, didn't want to do that. Okay, And let's do my little table trick. N equals, how many years? 10 years compounded weekly, so it's going to be 10 times 52. 520 is what I'll put there. Oh. I percent equals, not a big percentage, what was the percentage? 1.8. Present value we're starting out with is 0. The payment each week is 55. The final value equals, don't know. Payments per year equals 52. Compound periods per year equals 52. Is that okay? Since there's payments, let's use our software. Let's use the menu, the graphing calculator. It's going to be 520, 1.8, 0, 55, don't know, 52, 52. I get a final value of, nice, $31,329.72. $31,329.72. Okay, then we have a bond. The bond is a $4,000 bond giving you 3.9% compounded quarterly for 5 years. And then he'll start over at 4.1%. Is he making payments here in the bond? If you read it carefully, Sebastian, is he making any payments? We're looking at this one now, the 5-year bond. Is he making any payments? So do we need to use our graphing calculator fancy schmancy, or can we just use compound interest formula? And I think that's a little quicker. So I'm going to go like this. Bond. The first 5 years, it's going to be A equals P bracket 1 plus little I to the N. Sebastian, what's he starting out with the bond? 1 plus, what's the interest rate per year? 3.9. Compound, 0.039 is what I'll put, right? Compounded how? So divide by 4, and it's 5 years times 4, so it's going to be to the 20th power. That's going to be, come on. Not going to let me pull that with that, are you? 4,000 bracket 1 plus 0.039 divided by 4 to the power of 20. So he'll have 4,850, 485665, 485665. 4856.65. Now he's going to do it for the second 5 years. It's still going to be A equals P bracket 1 plus little I to the N. Well, I do know that it's going to be $4,856.65 because he's reinvesting his initial amount. 1 plus, what's the interest rate? 0.041. Is it quarterly? Is it quarterly? Yeah, also quarterly. The question isn't clear, but we'll assume it is. Whoop. So I think I can just change some of these numbers here. Delete, delete, delete. 856.65. 0.41 divided by 4 to the 20th. $5,955.44. $5,955.44. Would it be 45? I didn't check. I got 44.1. If we're off by a penny, we won't freak out. These are big amounts. So, we have that. We have that. We have that. We've calculated final amounts on all three. What's the total amount? Well, that's going to be 3,030.71 plus 31329.72 plus 5955.44. So far, so good. What's the total amount that we end up having saved? 3030.71 plus 31329.72 plus 5955.44. Did I type this in right? No, I missed a 0 there. That should be a 1. 3030.71 plus 31329.72 plus 5955.44. I know this is a long question. Do we end up with $40,315.87? 40,315.87. Roy, you want the bad news or the good news? This is not what the question wanted us to find. What did this question want us to find? Didn't say who has more savings. It used a special phrase beginning with the letter R. Wants the rate of return. Roy, what would it be? The interest earned divided by the amount invested, right? We're going to finish off Jason. We're not going to do Malik. We'll do Malik on when I see you guys Wednesday. Also Wednesday, I'll give you some more questions from here because I've been talking an awful lot and you guys are dying, rightly so, because there's been a lot of talking. But I don't want to just quit mid-question. That's going to be a little silly. I want to at least finish off Jason. So we need to figure out, first of all, how much money he dumped in. Look at the first one. I think in the GIC, he just dumped in that much. Is that okay? So, amount invested, $2,000 plus. How much did he invest in this second one? Well, $55. How many times did he dump in that 55 bucks? 52 times. That's in 1 year. How many years? Okay. He invested 55 times 520 because he did it 520 separate times. Plus 55 times 520 plus, how much did he invest this third time? Well, in the bond, he just started out with 4,000 bucks and he just let that keep riding. He didn't dump any, there was no payments for there. think he invested $34,600. Yep. Okay. He paid $55. The second bond? This one here? Well, but he didn't do a new payment. He just kept that $4,000. The only money he invested, he started out with $4,000, and he just let that ride. So even though this second bond, that amount came from that first bond, which came from the $4,000. Is that all right? We're nearly done, my children. Woohoo! Well, you've been yakking away for a lot of this, grumpy pants.
Oh, no.
Okay? You back?
I'm back.
So Erica, you with me so far? I think he invested that much. I circled it in yellow. Now, how much did he end up with at the very end? I drew a blue box around it. How much did he end up with at the very end? Brooke, you're right. How much did he invest? Careful. How much did he end up with? $40,315.87. How much did he invest? That much. Hey, how much interest did he earn? How can we figure that out? How much interest did he earn? How can we figure that out? You're close. Jordan, how much money does he now have in the bank grand total?
$40,315.08.
How much of that was his own?
$34,600.
How much of that was interest then? What do I do with these two numbers?
Oh, subtract.
Subtract, not divide. We're not finding the rate yet. We want to find out, first of all, how much. That's coming next, okay? There's a lot of stuff here, I know. Okay? So, interest earned is final value takeaway amount invested. So for us, it's going to be $40,315.87 takeaway $34,600. And it's giving me a strange answer. Hang on. $40,315.87 takeaway on my calculator. How much interest did we earn? $40,315.87 takeaway $34,600. I did a divided by, Mr. Dueck. Takeaway, let's try that again. How much interest did we earn? $5,715.87, 571587. It's not what this question wanted us to find. What did this question want us to find? Rate of return. Roy, what's the rate of return? Hey, folks, stay with me. 2 more minutes. Come on, you can do it. What was the definition of the rate of return at the top of the page? What did I say? Interest earned divided by what's the interest earned? $5,715.87. What was the amount invested? $34,600 times 100. This is the rate of return. Holy smokes, that's a lot of work, I know. 5715.87 divided by 34,600 times 100. He's getting a 16.5% rate of return. on his investment. We're going to continue, holy smokes, we're going to continue this Wednesday. There's about 8-10 minutes left in class. I'm going to give you a question to try, but don't hand it in. I'm going to add more questions to the assignment on Wednesday, okay? These are tricky. You got to read lots, I know. I'm not going to give you a bunch of crazies, though. At least that's not the plan. So for now, on page 64, I think you can try see, does number 2 look good? Wedding is going to cost about $10,000. They're going to save $50 a week in an investment that earns 4.1% compounded weekly, so you can find out how much they're going to earn that way. They need $10,000, so their parents are going to contribute the rest. They're going to, in 2 years, yeah, I think you can handle number 2. If you're clever, you can try number 2. And if you want to, you can try 3 if you get that far, but number 2 might take you most of the rest of the class. And I'm going to pause here. Sorry, folks, that went way longer than I planned. That was lots of me talking.